is our first bearded gecko video. It's on turtles. We have some baby turtles here to show you first. The first one I'm going to show you is the musk turtle. This is about 1 year old. It's a juvenile. When they're born, they're about the size of a dime. You can tell he's really tiny. As young, they'll feast mostly upon little insects and stuff. I actually have a full-grown adult male in this here little pond. Here he is. He swims around. He pretty much eats the same stuff, meat, just about whatever he can get. You can see there, from the lake we caught him in, there he got caught by a fish hook and it kind of ripped off the side of his mouth, but we're taking care of him pretty well. The musk turtle, when they're agitated, they can actually release a stench which wards off predators and smells really bad, which is how they got their name, the musk turtle. And he just swims around, eats feeder goldfish and stuff in there. The next turtle we have is the diamondback terrapin. They hatch around April, early May. The first one we have is this little hatchling. You can see he's tiny. They're a bit smaller than this when they hatch. He's about a few months old. Here's our other one, which is a different type. He's actually darker. After about a year, I had one of those hatchlings last year, and he's gotten this big. He's doing pretty well, and I'm gonna have to take him out to my other pond soon. But you can tell they're really good swimmers. They feast mostly on insects, fish, shrimp, whatever they can catch. So every now and then they'll feed on like decaying plants and whatnot, but that's just when they want to. They don't really usually do. Our next turtle is very interesting. This is our painted turtle. You may have seen him in the intro video. He's a tiny little guy. He's really good at swimming. We actually found him like really close to the stem. He was about to be sucked in, and we jumped in there and grabbed him. He has really intricate designs on his shell for a painted turtle. You usually don't see things this good. And his stomach gives him the name painted turtle. Whoa. It almost looks like somebody literally took a paintbrush and painted that design on there. You can see around here it's got some, but he's a really neat turtle. He'll eat insects, pretty much whatever he can catch. He's a really good turtle. He swims well. I don't know. But he doesn't usually get along with other little turtles at times, so I have to be careful with that. But alright, the next turtle we have in the setup is a box turtle. Pretty common around New Jersey. They'll eat fruits, strawberries, any berries, tomatoes, pretty much anything they can get. This is a pretty large one, female. Females get a lot larger than males, and she just kind of walks around in here. She eats, and then she digs in this grass stuff in these little caves we built. And that's our first segment on turtles. I hope you had fun. Considering I've only had this one for a year, it grew from this size to this size. You can really see the difference in how fast he grew. When you take good care of them, they'll grow fast. You know, an important thing on turtles is, especially when they're going through development, you have to keep them in sunlight because they need the UV radiation or a light bulb, UV bulb. Because without it, they won't get the vitamins they need for their shell, and their shells will start getting really soft. So soft that you'll eventually even be able to poke your finger through. I definitely wouldn't recommend it, but you have to be really careful with that. Yeah, there's a little mud turtle. Pretty much just hides in his shell a lot. Unless there's water, then he'll try to swim away. A lot of times when you pick him up, he puts his mouth out and tries to bite you. There's a painted turtle. He's a cute little guy. A really nice design. Usually painted turtles, well, as they grow, they usually lose a lot of the colors they have. But usually painted turtles have solid blackish shells. Darker colors, not as intricate as this one. So that was a really lucky find we had. There's a little terrapin painted turtle again. Here's that last one. Now I'm going to show you the setup I have for the terrapins. Here it is. They're a plant. They usually like to hide in there. some gravel, basic gravel. They go up this ramp. A lot of times I'll see them breaching on this little beach, sometimes sitting on top of those rocks, and they'll just jump off and run to the water when they see me. They're doing really well in here. They like to hide under there and stuff. Let's see if we can find that big guy again. There he is. This is my other setup I have for turtles. Right now I have all the babies in there. That's I had some plants in there too. The little musk turtles kind of destroyed them. You can see some of the remnants at the bottom. But until I'm getting a bigger tank for them. But until then, I just keep them all in here, and they're fine. You can see I have those little baby guppies. Sometimes I'll try to chase them around, but it's pretty much because as I breed fancy guppies, I kind of have to take the babies out of their tank, otherwise the big ones will eat them. So I just put them in there. It's a lot of fun. Every now and then, one of them will die and the turtles will get to eat it. But I feed them hatchling aquatic turtle pellets, some baby reptum, and sometimes worms, little bugs, anything. But you have to be really careful because you never know what kind of insects are coming in from different yards where they have pesticides. So really I recommend getting crickets from a local pet store rather than catching them yourself. You can see there's the bigger mud turtle, and then we have those new caught ones in the front. We're going to release most of these. I don't usually like to hold on to turtles like this too long because I'm kind of taking them out of their environment in the wild. But for now, just to watch them. I mean, you learn from taking care of things like this. Even when you think you know a lot, you still learn even more. And it's one of the best things about caring for them.